me start the recording. Okay. So yesterday we had a discussion about the syllabus, the introduction of the syllabus, and whatever topics are there in all the four papers. Our main concern also was how are you going to approach all those papers from new literature, that is contemporary literature, popular literature, from there to African, and then mass media communications and English language teaching with the help of technology and teaching language through literature. So how, in what capacity you are going to use those things. As referred yesterday, let me repeat a little bit of that, is that one paper is to prepare you as an English teacher, English language teacher. So that also is very important, that not as a literature teacher, but as a language teacher. Quite interestingly, you will find that we don't have any such training programs where we prepare literature teachers, but language teachers, there are methods and approaches in literature teaching. Rarely you will find approaches or methods. All the teachers have their own way of dealing with literature in the classroom. But this is very important. This part is very important. When we think of literature teaching, what things are necessary and how we look at it, in tomorrow's DS, we will talk a little bit about that. Yesterday we had a talk about how in the digital world, the humanities people will be necessarily required, how people have started thinking about it. Some books are also written about that. So a brief talk about that we will do in tomorrow's discussion. Also in DS we will do, so somebody can put a reminder also that this we need to talk. So that will be the part of literature teaching and the purpose of literature and this. But ELT is for language teaching, language part, and how you become a language teacher, that you have to concentrate a lot. And we are seeing in the real world that there is lots of deficiency of a good English teachers, lots of deficiency. Like in Bhavnagar, when people ask that people want to improve the language skills, who are the good people? So we don't have anybody as such that you can say that, well, go here in this institute or this coaching center and you can prepare for IELTS, TOEFL, or normal communicative English. That is not there. Almost you can't have any good name in that context. The same is the condition of larger part of India also. So that is how you deal with language, approaches, methods, LSRW skills. That all is very important, and you have to see that. The other papers like African literature and the contemporary literature, they are more for research also. Like if you want to do PhD in literature, then how you can find some interesting topics in comparison, in translation, or whatever way you want to see various cultures, philosophies, mythologies, all those things. So those topics can help you to give you a bit of contemporary literature, and also the untapped region like African literature, where possibilities of comparative studies lies a lot there. So those are the how part, that how you are going to approach to this. Well, apart from that, obviously you have to prepare for your exams also, and you have to try to see that you score better marks in your exams also. That is your immediate goal. Immediate objective is obviously to pass the exam, and the ultimate objective or the further goal is that after MA, how all these things are going to be useful. So you can't concentrate only after MA what you are going to do. Without securing better percentage within MA, the outside world or outside usage of all these things are almost nil, almost zero. So within that framework, also you have to think, and you have to think outside that framework also, that how it can be useful. Okay? So these four papers, and now in paper one, that is paper number 13, first paper, that is paper number 13 or course number 13. In that course, we have 5 texts and 4 units. 5 texts and 4 units that we have seen yesterday. Now, what we want to do in that is, what we want to see in that is that every year we have a part of a kind of an activity for this paper, and that activity is a group activity. Group, so we ask students to make their own group. Now even group, what is group formation, that also is a very interesting topic, which also, like, briefly you should be aware about group formation, and how the group activities are somewhere pedagogically very important in language or literature teaching, any form of teaching, and the group activities that is very important also. So first, this group formation and the kind of a pedagogical implications regarding group formation. People say that the groups should be formed by teachers, and teachers have to see that the groups keep on changing for various activities, and the people who are having not only good terms with the other people should also be a part of the group activity or a team member. Normally, when you ask people, they normally make a team or a group with the people that are like-minded people. So they learn only to work with like-minded people. Now, what happens in real world is that we can't get that choice to work with like-minded people. We never get that choice to work with like-minded people, and we have to work with variety of people, and we may not like to work with also, but still we have to work, we have to live with the people. If people say, well, I don't want to work, then we have to live, we have to live with the people. So that is that training is necessary in schools, colleges, universities, that people tend to work with the people who do not readily agree with their ideas, or they are not like-minded, and how they manage the group, that all is a part of a learning activity in that. Initially, when we started working on this to semester 4 students, normally when we give the groups and other things, so obviously people will come that we want to have this way only the group. So we used to tell that no, not in that way, but in this group you have to work. And then obviously lots of problems that people come. Wherever there are people, there are problems. Wherever there are people, there are always the problem. And that is why managing people, managing human is always a tough question. Managing people, managing human resource. You can manage minerals, natural resources. You can manage it. You can manage animals. But managing humans is very difficult. Managing human resources is very difficult. So it's a very interesting branch of study for management, human resource management. And that is the area where people look towards humanities people, literature people, because they know the psychology in a better way, they know the society in a better way, they know history in a better way. That's the scope there. But what we see is that well, even the students of humanities are not very good in managing human beings, managing self, managing human resources, that also they are not so good. So those problems of group activities do emerge even with the students of humanities also. And that is why it is very challenging to prove that will the humanities rule the digital world or not. Will the humanities people rule the digital world or not? It's a challenging question. It is not that easy. It looks like a utopia, but what we see in a real world situation is that, well, still we are not able to prepare people the way society is expecting from humanities or literature students. So this human psyche, the society, the background, the history, lots of things matter a lot. The identities of people in working on that. So when it was a physical classroom, we were still able to manage, because people would come to us personally and tell that, well, I have this problem, I have that problem, this problem is this person, that person, and we can sort it out something. But now we are in online mode, and in online mode it is very difficult that you can't come personally, and every time we do not get time to have the interaction. And when we talk personally with people, there is a different way of dealing, and when we remotely communicate with people, there is altogether a different way of looking at it. Our words, if we write and try to talk with other people, then we don't know with what emotions the words are written. Words may be written with a softer emotion, with love and care, but when we read, we may feel it is written with anger, it is written with jealousy, it is written with anger. We may feel because the words, how we read from our context, and the writer write from the another context. If people are simultaneously together, they can see the face, they can read the emotions on the face, the gestures on the face, they can read the tone of the voice, tone of the words also we can feel, and we can understand the meaning, which is not conveyed by words, but by tone of the speaking. That all also conveys the meaning. So, and now this time we see that, well, in absence of physical meeting of those things, so the group work will obviously be very difficult. And even when last couple of years we have seen that people were not able to do proper work when they have the people with whom they are not having a proper mental wavelength. They were not able to do the work properly. So some will do it, the others will not do, and they keep on doing backbiting, complaining about each other that this is not doing, that is not doing, and those things happen. So we used to say that these are all our learning lessons. This all are learning lessons. This is what really happens in real world. Also, everything never goes suitably well. So group activities, I think you're understanding the pedagogical idea behind the group activities, that why the groups are necessary and what is to be taught through the groups. And it is this, that working with the people who are so diversified, who are very different in their mental capacities than among each other, and they have to try to find a space of working in between. What is also seen is that when these companies try to hire people, they want to see that how natural leadership comes out, natural leadership. So it is not that you make somebody leader and then you tell that, well, now you do that. No, they just throw them into a situation, some kind of case study, and they are thrown, and then how they solve the problem, and then while solving the problem, how leadership emerges from that. That also is what they try to see there. So that is that idea that right from the school days, if people are working in variety of groups, they become better. If you have worked in variety of schools, not with the same classmates 10 years, sometimes we study in the same school for 1 to 10 standard. So the same lot of 50, 60 students we have passed 10 years, and some get a chance of 5 years here, 2 years here, 3 years another place, and your groups keep on changing. Now, if you were fortunate in your schools that your schools were changing, then you are better equipped with understanding people, and then you have a better way of working on those thing, because you have experience a variety of people, not only the similar people. Because you know that in schools also normally people have small groups, and they work with all those things in recess time, in sports time, with the smaller group only. So teachers, when they give the work, they try to say that the people who are friendly, they don't become group members. They don't become group members. But those who are not friendly, they become group members. Even if the work is not done, it is not a problem. Even if the work is not done, it's not a problem. Are people learning things or not? That is more important than the work that is to be done in that activity. But this time, as it is online, we are not going to give you the groups. We are not going to give you ready-made groups, but we will give you the option that you have to make your own group. In your own way, you can work out on making a group, and you have to give us the list of the groups. I will share today a document, a Google Doc document, where the list you have to put. That is, who are the members that is in your group, that you have to decide on your own. Text I will give you. The selection of text will be given by me. You can give a preference of a choice. You can give a choice preference that I want to work on this text. Out of this 5 texts, you can select that, well, my preference is this text. That you can give as a part of a group. You have to decide that which text you want to work on. You can give 3 choices. You can give 3 choices, that out of these 3 choices we want to work on. But the final decision will be taken by me. I will decide which text you are going to work. But you are free to select your group members. You are free to select your group members. So, for example, we have 27 students. 27 students. So, in each group we can have 5 to 6 students. 5 to 6 students will be there in each group. So not less or more. See that there should be 5 or 6. In 2 groups, I think we require 6, and in the another 3 groups, 15, 5 members in other 3 groups. That's why you have to prepare your group. So 5 to 6. Uh, uh, that is how you will work out on this. In a shared document, you will type the names of your group members, and 3 texts out of the 5 in unit number 1. You will give the preference that we would love to work on this text that you have to prepare. Okay? And final text selection will be given by me. That will be, and you have to immediately work on this. Immediately, very quickly, you will have to work on this, and by today night only you have to make your final decision there in this. So if anybody is maybe it may happen with somebody that nobody consulted me, and then in which group I should stay. I am not a part of any group, so that you have to manage that, how you contact other people and try to see that where you are accommodated in various committees. This all are part of your communicative skills also. Your communicative skills, that how you work out on different things. Sometimes it so happens that some students just sit and wait that somebody will tell me that you come in my group, and nobody tells, so they are all left alone without any group. So in that case, you have to be alert, and you have to start communicating with the people that what you are deciding, who are the members, and how people can be accommodated in various groups. Okay? So 5 groups. We want 5 groups. On a Google Doc today, you will suggest the names there. The Google Doc will remain open, so you all can see who are in which group. The 3 texts you will give me as a preferences. 3 texts. Okay. And out of that, the final selection, I will tell you that on this text you will have to work. Now, what work you have to do? Okay, I think this idea is clear. Grouping is, I hope, clear with everybody. Okay. Now, the point that what you are supposed to do, what things you have done. This is very important part. Okay. And you can note down also this, or you can come back to this recorded video to look at this, that what you are supposed to do. There are a few points which you have to work out on this, and that is like the text that you are given. The text that you are given, in that first you have to write about author. First point, about author. So brief, 1 or 2 paragraphs about the author. His date of birth, his nationality, which country he belongs to, and those simple facts about the person's like education, if required, then education. So simple thing, maybe you may find it from Wikipedia sources also about all this writer. So brief about the author. So, but Wikipedia I am giving you as a thing that there surely you will find, but you should start. You should try to find from other place also. Like all these writers will have their websites also. All these writers, and I think all the writers are living writers. All are alive even today. So you can find their websites, official websites, and that also you can mention when you write about author, that what is the official websites, website of all these authors. That also you have to see. And even if that author or text is not in your group, still you should know that where are the websites of all these authors, what are the websites and what are they doing. So as a separate project, somebody can take that, well, I want to just study the websites of authors, websites of authors, that what kind of websites are prepared by authors, then how that also you can think of working on. Okay, so about author with the website link, and from web resources you have to find this. Okay? Your major resource for everything is web resource. Okay, web resource, and you don't have to go and find any books. So don't have to worry that library or coming to department or this book or that book. By and large, it is the web resource and digital books and everything you can rely on. A second point you have to write is about the text. About text. Second point, about the text. Okay. In about the text, what you have to write is a brief introduction. We call it blurb. Blurb, B-L-U-R-B. Blurb. You can say blurb about the book. So basic introduction. Like for example, if you go to Amazon, then if you search book, and then they have written 1 or 2 paragraphs about the book. So what is that? That way you have to. So you can get it from Amazon about all these books. You can get it from the official websites of the authors also. And the third is write on your own. Your third option is write on your own. One is the easiest one is the difficult one. So it is up to you where you want to go, whether you want the easiest one or the difficult one. So you can easily find, and you can write also something on that. Okay. Blurb, then you have to write brief summary of that story summary. Character list, list of the characters, if possible all characters or at least major characters, major character list. Then theme, central theme of that text. What is the central theme, and what are the sub themes? What is the main theme, and what are the sub themes? What are the other themes there? So that you have to highlight very clearly, main theme and the sub themes. Then setting of that novel. In setting, you have to write the time and place, the time and place or places. If there are more places, then which place or which time is the setting. So, for example, if one novel is written in 2008, but the novel is about 1950s, 1950s, then the time is 1950. That time you have to write, the time that is in the narrative time, not the publication time. Okay? And the places which are referred in that. If you want to prepare a Google map, then prepare a Google map also. If you want to make it more better in a way, as I have suggested you to give me your locations very quickly, so I can prepare a map of from where you were making your presentation. So I hope by today evening, all of you will submit your documents, and I will get it to do that. So here also you can map the journey of the characters and whatever comes there. So there may be some imaginary places also, but how do you locate the imaginary places on the earth? That also becomes necessary. Now this is okay. That's about author and about text. These are simple things. These are some easy and simple things that you can easily get and prepare this. Now something difficult is that you have to find at least 10 quality resources available on internet about the text. At least 10 quality resources available about the text on internet. Now quality resources, it can be first articles, so you can go to JSTOR and similar sources to find, but don't pick up the first that comes to you. Don't pick up the first that comes, but you read a couple of them and find whether it is qualitative or not. And this is this is where in past batches students have failed. By and large, the groups have failed to find quality, because normally they don't do, and then when the time comes, they hurriedly go to Google, whatever comes on the first page they pick up, and then they say that this is the resource. So we say that, well, it is not quality resource, but then they don't get convinced that, well, this is what Google has given us, there was nothing else. But you have to stay with the topic, you have to try to explore many things, then you find. So articles, qualitative articles. Then books. If there are books available, then you can see Google Books or any other archival where you can find books. Then books also you can find books. It will be very difficult to find books, but still, if you can, then you can see the books. Yes.
So I have one question here. Quality in what way? Language or
no,
content?
Last time we have done a workshop. If you say that, why works, the same parameter you have to apply for quality.
Means that was about web sources.
Web sources, web sources.
Okay.
So these all are web sources.
Acha.
So remember that a worksheet was given to everybody. That how you give points. Do you remember the points? You have given worksheet, and then you were putting the points. That way that is the parameter. Then now what you learned in that research workshop, you have to apply here. That you have to now apply, and you have to say that, well, qualitatively this. So when I ask you that how do you consider this qualitative, then you should have some tools to tell me that on this tool I have worked out and it is getting 3 points out of 4 or getting 2.5 out of 4. So I think it is qualitative. That way you can see that. Some of the easy tools easy tips that we have identified is that the name of the person should be known. The name of the person should be known. If it is unnamed, it is not reliable. So if you are going to the blogs or web resources there, And if you do not find anybody as a writer, obviously it is not qualitative resource. It is not qualitative resource. Now that is, we can say full stop to that argument. Now there is no further argument required about discussing that. There is no name. Then if there is a name, is he a scholar in that region? Is he an expert of that region? Is he academician? This academician also people may be, but are they expert? Even if teachers have written, it may not be good. It may not be good, but are the teachers, academicians, expert? That can be very important to see. So when we were talking about Harold Pinter, we said that Michael Bellington, because he's the authoritative voice of our biography of Pinter is concerned. So you can rely on that. That way, authority of the speaker. These were the points we were discussing when we were doing that workshop. By that way, you can find this here. Okay? So articles, they store to other articles. You can look for books, Google Books or anywhere if you can find those books. Publications are very important, reliable, good quality publications that you can cross check by asking to Google that is this publication reliable, is this authentic or not, and then you can come to know about those things there. A third thing you can see is about documentaries. YouTube documentaries. If anybody has made for any channels, TV channel or YouTube or anything, then quality documentaries, if there are there, then that also can be picked. Sometimes you will find a very good interviews of the authors also. Interviews of the author, online interviews of the authors, and that will really help us in reading the text from a new insight. So J.K. Rowling's interviews are very interesting. J.K. Rowling's interviews are there. Dan Brown's interviews are there. Amitav Ghosh's interview you will find. Julian Barnes is very difficult to find. He is not very much vocal on the thing, but somewhere you can find he's talking about all this thing also. So this can also be utilized, a part of those good interviews there, and where how that our text is very important for us. They may be talking about lot many other things, but how it is connected with our text, that is a very important point. Okay? And then general web resources. After this, the last is general web resources, some websites, some write-ups, some unknown resources. In case you are not able to find anything good, and then you have to go to some unknown resources, and you find that, well, this unknown resource is really qualitative, but the person's name is not there. And then you can cross-verify, you cross-check anything. You don't find anything. And then you think that, well, I want to take this. I have done everything, but still it is very good. Then you can go to general web resources. But that will be the last resort. Last resort when you don't find anything good. And at least 10, we want 10. And see, there is audio visual both. Okay, so articles, from articles to documentaries or interviews. So you can make your choice that I want two documentary kind of thing, 2 interviews, 2-3 articles, 1 or 2 books. That way you can decide that how you want to think of this text and the writer. Okay, so that is the quality resources in and around this particular text. At least 10 we want. But what will be your process of doing this? What will be your process of doing this? That process also we want to monitor. So you have to give step-by-step couple of things in this. In tomorrow's class, probably in tomorrow's class, we will talk about this, that how will you collect quality resources. How will you collect? What are the processes that what you have to do? That we will discuss tomorrow. We can call it a lesson in literature review, or review of related literature. We can call it review of related literature or literature review. That topic is again a part of PhD coursework, which we will see. So you can apply that when you work on this topic here. So tomorrow we will discuss that, what will be the process of doing that. Next, after this, what you have to do is to critically study film adaptation. Now, there are not many film adaptations on this literary text. There is only one film made. Like when we are talking about Macbeth, there are so many films based on Macbeth. So you get at least half a dozen very highly qualitative films based on Macbeth, and then you have a chance to compare. You say that what is the beginning of all these films, what is the ending, what are the witches, what are this, what are that. A lot many scope of adaptation study is there. But here you don't find the another film made on this, because these are very contemporary literary texts. But then one films are there on all. So you can study still the film adaptation, and you have to do critical evaluation of the film adaptation that is done here. So film study, something that you have studied about how to read films, theories about film studies also you have briefly studied when you have done the review of post-colonial studies films. So I hope you have done everything, yeah, because those instructions were given to you that you read how to study film. This also, I think you are now ready to study film. So film adaptation also you can study. Last article about birthday party also was in the same line. So now all those ideas you have to apply. All those things from Elizabeth Shekhar Kapoor's video down the line to birthday party, and variety of ways we have talked about films and literature. So whatever you remember, you can still explore internet. And now it is time to apply the things, apply, because you won't find you may find a couple of blog write-ups or reviews of films based on those things that you can you obviously will be able to find. You can review those things also, but in your own way, if you tell, it will be very good. In your own way, what do you feel genuinely? No need to be like a scholarly observation only I want to give, not in that way, but genuinely what I feel. So well, somebody says that Hello is not a good film, but I found Hello very interesting film. I found it good, so I will write from that angle. So what I feel, that is from that angle. If you write, it will be good. Now, when you discuss this with your friends, and some people agree, some disagree, then you can write that also. That while discussing in our group, 2 members were of the opinion of this, and the other 2 members did not agree with that idea. Their opinion was this. So that also can be written. That also can be written. Document your dissent also. Disagreement. Document your on what point you disagree. And you can write that, well, I believe this, you believe that. Let us write both the things. Let us write down our point of disagreement also. Let us, normally in meetings, we have point of dissent. So people who don't agree with the discussion, they will say that my point of dissent. And you write down this, that I don't agree with the discussion, with the conclusion that is done. Then people give those things. So when you work in group, there is always a scope of dissenters, those who don't agree. But what is their point of view? They have to give their point of view. They can't just tell, well, I don't like this, I don't agree with all of you. But why don't you agree? Give your opinion. That is to be recorded. So that can be put here. So film adaptation. But as I told you that which films you have to study and which films you don't have to study. So when I say that Sense of an Ending or White Tiger, first read the novel. So if that text is given to you, your first choice should be read the novel, and then only as a part of this only you watch the film. As a part of this only you have to watch the film, but you don't have to watch the film as main text. Whereas in Harry Potter or in Da Vinci Code, it will be difficult for you to read the entire novel. So there you can read a part of novel and you can rely on film. You can rely on film in that way. One Night at the Call Center also can be read thoroughly. It is also a small book, so you don't have to rely a lot on the film, but it is okay. Both the things are okay. So there is not much problem of One Night at the Call Center and Hello, how you approach the things. But in this text, it is very much. 2 texts are very bulky, difficult to read, and 2 texts are easy to read, but films are not so good. Films are not so good. White Tiger film is yet to come, so we don't know how the things will be there. So that all points we have discussed yesterday. Okay, film adaptations. And now the last is the most important. Last point is the most important one, and that is a learning outcome. Learning outcome. What are your learning outcome? So when you study a text thoroughly, you read original text or the original source and everything. So what actually you learn from that particular text? Now, when I sit down to talk about my learning outcomes, so what exactly I mean by that? Well, I mean that hypothetically it is said and believed that that literature makes people better. literature makes people better. That is what people say. Moral philosophical approach, Plato's idea. People say that literature enhances our life skills. Literature enhances our life skills. Literature makes us humble. Literature makes us more mature. Our maturity in terms of psychology, sociology, historical sense increases a lot. Our maturity in terms of human relations also grows in a better way. When people say, this is what people say, we have to test it. We have to test whether really that happens or not. You are supposed to do this for the 5 years of literature that you have studied for your digital portfolio. How literature shaped me. That is the one page you are supposed to write. And this is your practice. This is your rehearsal. In one text, you will try it out. And then when you write for your digital portfolio, it will be for all the texts that you have studied in last 5 years. Whatever literature you have studied, how that literature shaped you. But this will be your rehearsal. So take this as your practice. And then the final one will be about overall literature. Here you will concentrate on the particular text only that is given to you. So how literature shaped me, what are my, how it made me humble, or how it teaches the lessons about life lessons, life skills, all those ideas, that how it is enhancing. So even when tomorrow we will discuss about digital world in search of humanities graduates, digital world in search of humanities graduate. So what is the digital world expecting from the humanities graduate? Are these texts teaching us that or not? Are these texts specifically teaching us that or not? If it is not teaching, then well, the digital world may expect, but we are not ready for that. We may not be ready for that. So that all we can see that. So these all are questions. We can't say that, well, literature makes us good only. No, I have a doubt about it. I say that no. So when a text is given to you, then you can say, well, this text inspires me to be this, but well, this is very bad thing. The text inspires me to be so and so kind of a person, but well, I don't think it is good. I don't think it is good. That also can be our learning outcome. Learning outcome means not only good things. Sometimes even villains inspire us. Sometimes villains also inspire us to be not like them. એના જેવું ન થવું જોઈએ. એ પણ આપણને learning મળે છે. Heroes આપણે કે heroine જ જોઈએ. It's not necessary. Villains have a great lessons. If you remember, we discussed these examples about Three Idiots or Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. So today when you see DDLJ, you find that, well, hero is a stalker. And villain, that is the father of Simran, is a good father. The father wants to see that my daughter is married to a good person, not a one who is alcoholic, not a one who is stalker and alcoholic. So the father has a better concern for this. So the villain, but the father was a villain in the film. But when you see that, it is a different virus in Three Idiots, who said that, well, you have to submit your assignments on time. One say, I will die. Well, you can die. This is the race of survival for the fittest. If you will not die, corona will kill you, because nature don't want such kind of people. Nature don't want such kind of people. You have to be on your toes. You have to work. There is no other way other way you can leave this space. Let other people come. There are so many people waiting outside. Virus, his institute was a premier institute, technological institute. So he said that you have killed so many people, and then you have entered here and you have to do the work. And he was very honest. He was very honest that when he said about that pen, if you remember that example of the pen that he was giving, that this pen was given to him by his teacher. And I will give to this when I find somebody who is better than me. And that pen was not given to the another fellow. What was his? I forgot the name. That
Chatur Ramalingam.
Chatur. Yeah, he was not given to Chatur. It was given to Ranchod. So he was very fair. Even Ranchod was doing all notorious things. He stood first in the institute. He was still first with all those kinds of things also. So his son committed suicide because he was not able to take admission. His own son, Virus's own son, committed suicide because he was not able to take admission in his father, where he was a director. So you can say, well, he was a very honest person. He was a very good person. The film tries to narrate him as a villain, but is the learning outcomes are better from virus in that way, that fairness of practice and many other things were very interestingly shown. So what are learning outcomes from a literary text? And the learning is this also, that one should not do this, one should do this, many ways that we can be seen there, because some of the texts are like this, like for example, White Tiger is a text where it inspires people to be bad person also. It inspires people to be corrupted person also. So is that the learning outcome that people get? Also will be interesting to observe. There last time the students who were dealing with the text, they said that, well, I'm inspired that this is the way of world. This is the way of a world, even if it is the wrong way, but that is how you can succeed in India. Otherwise, it is not possible to get a success in India. So what learning outcome, what skills we learn, that all we can see from that. So that is learning outcome. Okay. And for on this also we will have one class, possible tomorrow only, both the things we will take. Otherwise on Monday, just you have to give me a reminder that how to write this idea that the literature shaped me in this way or that way for this text and for your digital portfolio, how to write. So 2-3 examples we will discuss. We will discuss 2-3 examples. So that can give you a roadmap or a template for your thinking and for your writing. That also you can get from those things. So that probably on Monday we will see that. Tomorrow we will see literature review and the other topic, but you have to remind me about the topics in case I forget to deal with those topics there. Okay? So these are the points that you have to work in a group. In a group you have to work on this, and you have to make a presentation, and you have to make a brief presentation with the highlights of all this thing. You don't have to be very lengthy in the presentations. Very briefly you have to say these things are there, and if I ask you the questions, you have to explain more. If I ask, then you have to explain more. Otherwise you have to make your presentations very briefly. You can say our summary is here, we have put it here, this is how the summary goes, these are the characters. That way you have to make a presentation. And if I ask you what you have seen in your summary, have you seen this, have you seen that, then you have to answer. Otherwise you don't have to tell everything in detail about the summary. So you have to keep your presentation ready. In presentation you can decide whether one person will make presentation or everybody will make presentation or only two will make. That will up to you. That is up to you to see that how it is done. But in your presentation, you don't have to read anything on the slides. You have to answer more things. You have to answer more things. So if somebody has prepared the slides and you will come to present, you won't be able to present. You won't be able, because you don't know what is in the slides, and you don't have to read slides, but you have to answer the questions. So that way you have to prepare your teamwork, that how it can go on. So when you do your rehearsal for your presentation, that the time somebody can ask questions and somebody can orally answer those things that you can think of. So that is a part of your presentation, that how you are going to do and how you will work in this. Okay? Any other points? Any questions? If in your mind also you can ask me. We will start with one night at the call center. So that group will have to start working very quickly, because in next week, after 5 days, we will have it. So you have the time of 5 days. The group which is given one night at the call center, because they will be the first. They will not have any other example before them. The next people will get the example. So next group will get an idea that, well, this is what we have to do. But the first group, but the text also is not very difficult also. So in that way, you can very quickly prepare for the text and you can work on that. Okay. So first group will get only 1 week time, and then subsequently we will continue with all other text week by week or 15 days. After 15 days or 20 days, other text will keep on taking that. Okay? But first group, one night at the call center. As soon as you get the list and you are there, you have to start working on that. Now, when you work in a group, you can see that the work is divided. You can plan it out, that you tell somebody to find web resources and collect the web resources and tell to other people that I found this 50 sources. Let us do brainstorming and let us select 5 or 10 from that. You can tell somebody to briefly prepare for summary list or character list. That way you can divide your work. So things will be very easy. Everybody working on the same topic simultaneously, you will not be able to sort out everything. So tell people that which work can be done by the separate group, and then sit down and compile together. Compile everything together after the work is done. But distribute your work. That will be very good in seeing that. Whoever is good in your in language in your group, they should sit down to find out the grammatical errors, spelling errors, everything in your finished product. That person should be given the task to look for the language part. Okay, any other questions in this? Anybody?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Sir, last semester when we were making our presentations, I found that one major issue, which was that while we were looking for quality articles from JSTOR, it requires some articles are not accessible even for reading purpose or preview, because they require university domain email ID, and we have our own generated email ID, not the university domain. So in that case, and with the articles are also that much unique that they are not available in any other platforms. So in that case, what shall we do?
Okay, yeah, fine. Good that you reminded this here. Now, one thing you can do is that normally abstract is made available. Abstract, you can find an abstract. So abstract also can give you some idea that this article is about this, and then you can make a note that you are not able to read. But this article we found very interesting because the abstract was mentioning this, because abstract has introduction and some part of conclusion also comes in that. So if it is very good, then abstract, you can, with the help of abstract, you can note down the things. Apart from that, list down all these articles and resources. List down where you found good article, but it was not completely accessible. List it down, find the source. When you list down this, you have to say that who is the writer and which platform, which journal, which is the website, and what is the cost. And what is the cost. So if, for example, university tells us that, well, we have 10,000 rupees, you can have this, then we can very quickly go and say that, well, let us read these articles out of this money. So what is the cost? That cost, you can find it out here, okay? Because now we are going to get some budget for online resources. So if you will find it out some good thing and the cost, we may suggest to library that this resources should be made available to students. This resources, so that can be also something that we can work out on this. What will be your learning is also that quality articles are are very costly also. Still, you require money to access the information and knowledge. That also you can think here that this is what is necessary. So when you also try to tell somebody that when you want to help people, like for example, after 5 years when you will be, you might have passed GPSC exam and you are a class 2 officer or you are in a professor and your salaries are good and you say that I want to donate. So what form of donation? Now you know what form of donation. That you will say that I have subscribed these journals for the students, and you can give the link and these IDs. So students can access those journals. You can on your own, you can do, and you can just send an email to us. You don't have to ask. લોકો પૂછવા આવે કે દાન આપવું છે તો શું આપીએ? દાન તમને ખબર હોય શું આપવાનું. એમને જ આપી દો. એમાં પૂછવાનું શું હોય કે દાનમાં શું આપવું? એ પૂછવાનું ન હોય. એકેડેમિક ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યૂટમાં તો જ્ઞાન એટલે માહિતી અને પુસ્તક અને online resources, which is very costly, that can be given. So if you know the cost, and if somebody tells you, okay, I want to donate some money for this, you can suggest, well, if you want to donate, then don't donate things. Don't donate things, but donate online subscriptions of quality journals and quality articles. People will say, how much money is required? Now you have a list also. You can, well, wait for a minute. It is in my Google Doc and I will share with you. You can quickly tell that this much dollars, this much pounds, this much euros are required. And ભાઈ પછી બીજી વખત પૂછવા જ નહીં આવે કે હવે શું તમને દાન આપીએ. The person will never come after seeing dollars and this, but people will realize that, well, education is costly. You require lots of money. You require the budget provision of 6% of GDP. And more than that, 12% in a way, but even 6% of GDP, lots of money from government is required. Nobody can afford this kinds of learning and other thing. That we should know, that why we expect from government that we want more budget provision out of GDP for academic. People say, where will you spend? Everything is on Wikipedia. લોકો તો એમ કહેશે આપણને કે બધું વિકીપીડિયામાં છે, બધું મફત છે. કે શેના માટે પૈસા જોઈએ? તો આપણે કહી શકીએ કે એ વિકીપીડિયા અને આ બધી વસ્તુ જુદી છે. આના માટે પૈસા જોઈએ, આ ક્વોલિટી છે. એ ત્યાં પણ જો તમે પહોંચી જાઓ તો it is also great achievement for us. આ રીતે તમે આર્ગ્યુમેન્ટ કરતા થાવ લોકો સાથે, આ રીતે તમે કહેતા જાવ કે વિકીપીડિયા બરાબર પણ બીજું પણ હોય, આટલી કિંમતનું હોય, then also it is a good achievement for us that, well, you are now realizing that where is quality material and it is of a good cost that is necessary for that. So prepare a list of those things. Abstract can help you for your purpose, but preparing a list of the cost can help you in further understanding academia and the requirement of money in the academic field.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, if anyone is facing any issue with Gestor article in accessing, then when I was using this Gestor article from my laptop in department, perhaps I bookmarked this Gestor, the search, and it is providing me the access of Bhavnagar University still. Earlier when we were discussing this, my laptop was not working properly, so I was unable to find it. Right now I am sharing my screen.
Yes, yeah. Okay.
Is my screen is visible?
Yes, yeah.
Just a second. Access provided by Bhavnagar University.
Yes, yeah.
Very
Yes.
But now see what has happened is that even the university do not have an access to all the journals. Earlier you were able to download PDF. So now they have stopped. So now again there is a new subscription that is going on, new costing and everything is happening. So that also, so it is the older one, so it is showing, but you do not get an advantage of that. The advantage you still will not be able to get, which normally people get, is that you can download PDF. So now on Gestor, we are not able to download PDF. We can read online. That is for everybody. Even through network, we are not able to download now.
Sir, I am still able to download. Why?
Then maybe it is a catch file, or the old file it might be, from where it is still allowing. So that happens. Like a few days back, there was this Google outage. So many people in incognito were able to access YouTube, in incognito or other places. So sometimes it is in catch file, then it is accessible also. And some articles are freely available on Gestor. So even those articles people can download. Those are downloadable also. So there are various schemes, that some downloadable, some only read online, and some only abstract, and you can't read. So all those things we find on Gestor. But if you start observing everything, you will come to know that, well, some universities are giving it free, some are asking for money. Now that also is something valuable to know, that which universities are making it free, which universities are asking for money, what is the cost that they are asking for. That all also you can keep in mind when you access. So see, what is that university which is giving free, and which year was it? Sometimes the year is 1950s and 60s. So that is in public domain. Those articles are in public domain, so they are easily available also. So many of such kind of things do happen in such things. Okay, so any other things, any other questions? Yes, I got the idea what you are supposed to do, what you have to work on this. Is it clear in everybody's mind?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So within 15-20 minutes, you will get a link. I will go offline, and then I will prepare a Google Doc and I will send the link. And so you start writing your names, the group, and by evening you finalize it. So in the evening, by tonight or by tomorrow morning, I will allot the texts. Text will be allotted. And then from tomorrow, you can start working on that particular text in this line, and prepare one PPT, one slideshow you have to prepare for all this information, and which you have to present there. Okay, so then we end our class.
Question.
Sir,
Yes,
I also do have a question.
yes, yeah.
If a group is presenting a particular text, so how much time would be allotted to the group?
Normal will give 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay,
30
sir.
to 45 minutes, and if it is really interesting, then you can be given more time also, depending upon whether your presentation is interesting or not.
Okay.
Otherwise, if it is going dull, then you will have to tell that, okay, now you end it. So when people tell you end it, it means that it is going dull. You can do self-evaluation, that when people do not give you enough time, then this also can be a problem, that perhaps you are not able to cultivate the interest of the readers. So you are told that, well, now you stop. Okay? One thing I would like to tell here is that most of these texts have suspense also. Most of these texts have a very interesting suspense. All the novels have a suspense. So don't reveal the suspense when you discuss the text. Don't reveal the suspense. I repeat this again, that when you discuss the text and when you make a presentation of those things, don't reveal the secret or the suspense that is there. There is a very interesting lesson that is given in Da Vinci Code. That is that secret is known to only those people, or secret is revealed to only those people who are able to keep the secret. Who are able to keep the secret. So this also is a life skill. It also is a life skill. That are you able to keep secrets? તમને કઈ ખબર હોય અને પેટમાં દુખ્યા જ કરે કે કોઈને કહી દઉં નહીતર મજા જ નહીં આવે. એવું થાય કે are you able to keep secrets? Are you able to keep secrets? That is a very interesting life skill, which all this text somewhere will teach you. That, well, we have to be mature enough to keep secrets. ઘણી વસ્તુઓ તમારે એમનેમ જ પચાવી જવાની હોય કે પછી કોઈ દિવસ બહાર જ ના આવે, ક્યારેય બહાર જ ના આવે. That way also is to be known. અથવા normally people have a habit કે ભાઈ તમને જ કહું છું, બીજાને નહીં કહેતા. અને એ વાત બહુ ઝડપથી ફેલાય કે અને પછી લોકો રહી ન શકે કે પેલા એ કહેલું કે બીજાને નહીં કહેતા, એ વાત તો મારે કેવી જ પડે કોઈ. So that is the normal tendency. But secret keepers, and normally the secrets are revealed to those mature people who are able to keep secrets. So that is also something interesting that you can get. So suspense is there in all the text. Don't reveal that suspense when you make your presentation. How to hide that? So that spoiler alerts. People give spoiler alerts when they talk about films. So good film reviewers, they never reveal the storyline or the suspense. They review the entire film, technical aspect, everything, but you never come to know what is the story, what is happening, what is the ending. They are good reviewers. So that is the skill. That is the skill also that you have to display when you work on this. Yes, other questions?
Yes, sir. I wanted to know that how much time will be allotted for all the preparation to a group particular.
For one night at the call center, 1 week. For the first text, 1 week, and then everybody, your time starts from tomorrow.
Okay.
Your time starts from tomorrow, so you can keep on working then. But the first text, they will have to be in a hurry. They will get hardly 1 week, 5 days to 7 days, because after allotting this work, after doing these 2 sessions on workshop, on 2 things, how to write, how literature shaped me, and how to literature review, we will go back to ELT paper, and maybe for 5-7 days we will deal with ELT paper. So all that time the people will get to deal with one night at the call center. The other people all have enough time, so they don't have any excuse. The first group, people may have some excuse that we were not given enough time and we were not able to know, so there may be lots of instructions given to them, and that will be pardonable to first group. It will be pardonable to first group, but it will not be pardonable to the later groups. So if the last group person will make some mistake, they will be severely scolded. They will be severely scolded. So now they cannot say that pela group na to kai na kidhu, namne આટલું બધું કીધું. પેલા એ તો અમારા કરતા ખરાબ કે એને પેલા કર્યું હતું, તમને એટલો સમય હતો. So time has changed. Now you can't make the same silly mistake that was done earlier. So first group ne નહીં કહેવામાં આવે એટલું બધું, પણ later on groups માં એ જ ભૂલ થતી રહેશે અથવા quality will not improve. Then we will have to tell that, well, this is not up to the mark. That remark will have to make here. આપણે તો કઈ ચાબુકે તો મારી શકતા નથી કોઈને, એવું તો કઈ અલાઉ નથી, નહીં તો આપણે ચાબુક પણ રાખીએ, પણ એવી તો વસ્તુ હવે આપણે હ્યુમન રાઇટ્સ માં અલાઉ નથી કે you can't beat people, but you can at least beat people through your words. શબ્દો રૂપી ચાબુક થી આપણે થોડા ઝાપટી શકીએ લોકોને, બીજું એનાથી વધુ તો કશું કરી ન શકીએ. But you can't compare કે પેલા ગ્રુપ ને આમ હતું અમને આવું હતું. That you cannot give as an excuse in that. Okay, any other questions?
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, when we decide any text from this paper, and if we select any group or whichever text we want to take in the group, So only one text will be finalized by you, that only this text you have to work on this group, or all the three books you have to work?
No, only one. You have to work on only one text. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
And our method will be that before we start the discussion of the text, your group will give the introduction of the text, and then I will start the discussion of the text. So every time before we start the discussion of the text, you will first give introduction, and then our discussion will follow. That will be our modus operandi. So we'll not take everybody together. So after 1 week, first text, then we will discuss the text for 10 days. Then the second, when they will announce that now the second text should be ready. But now you should become aware that that text is coming to near. That text is going to end tomorrow. So day after tomorrow, you should be ready. Even if it is not informed, if I forget to inform you that your turn is there, you should become alert. I will tell which text will come after which. That sequence I will give you. So you will come to know that this way it will operate. But before the beginning of the discussion of the text, first we will ask the group members to make a presentation. Okay?
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Our normal sequence is One Night at the Call Center, then The White Tiger, both the Indian texts will take there, then Harry Potter, and then Da Vinci Code, and then Sense of an Ending. Sense of an Ending is last. First, normally we take One Night at the Call Center, then we take The White Tiger, this. Third one is either Harry Potter or Da Vinci, and fourth is also either Harry Potter or Da Vinci, and last one is a fix, that is Sense of an Ending. That is how the sequence will be. So first, second, and last is decided. Third and fourth keep on changing. Okay, any other questions? Okay, I hope the entire idea is clear in your mind, that what you are supposed to work on this. Okay, and simultaneously all other works will be there. Okay, so you don't see that, well, if you work on this, the other works won't be there. That obviously will be there. So lots of multitasking will be there, because in our ELT class, when we'll start with it, I will give you the list of projects also, the projects that you can take. So that also will be coming up. So lots of work will be coming up in this semester, and you may have to keep on working on several things there. Okay, but you have to be on the toes now. These are now last 3 months for you. After 3 months, you are completely free. After 3 months, nobody will, you will have your Sundays back, you will have your holidays back, you will have your Navratris back, you will have all your festivals and everything returning back to you after 3 months. But 3 months now, the last semester, that you have to rigorously work on all these things. Okay, so we end our class here then.